Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully you get some information on what we got going on. Actually, Keys just walked through the door. No, I don't think so. That's not gonna happen. That is not gonna happen today, bruh.
Sorry for my tardiness.
Yeah, but you're actually, believe it or not, you're on time.
Oh, okay, cool.
You're absolutely on time.
Yeah.
What's going on, fam? You
Good. Nice, brother. How you doing?
I'm always well.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
Good.
This is one of my special guests. For a lot of people in the room, I'm not going to introduce him because I'm going to let him introduce himself because he can do it better. But you'll be very surprised when he opens his mouth who this guy is behind the scenes and in front of the scenes sometimes. You've seen him on Instagram, you've seen him in different platforms, but you probably just didn't know who he was on the team. But Keys, tell him a little bit about yourself, man.
All right. How you guys doing? My name is Gerald Keys, Gerald the Sound Keys. I'm a music producer, engineer, educator, AI enthusiast, AI tech founder. By day, I am the chief of production for Ludacris. So really what that means is I have like 5 jobs under him.
Yes, facts.
And that's from everything from like the recording studio, being his engineer, being his producer, being live sound, monitor engineer. We did some TV shows together where I was a co-music supervisor. Karma's World on Netflix. If you guys have kids, it's a great show. Like 4 seasons in. I did all the music for that show and did the co-music supervision. And I have a company called Prompt Haus,
Yes.
which is an AI creative solutions company. And so what we focus on is pretty much bridging the gap between creatives and the AI companies and trying to, help mold what the next part of all these different endeavors are with the entertainment business and the creative space in general. And that's everything from, minors to major, meaning that from independent people like ourselves, everybody trying to figure it out for themselves. Because like it or not, we're all content creators, right? Because we have Instagram and we post stuff and all that kind of stuff. And all the way up into like the enterprise levels. So the labels, people like Warner, Rock Nation, Interscope, try to have conversations with people like Tyler Perry Studios, just what AI looks like in the grand scheme of how they're going to use it, right? And then on a creative end, working with the tech companies like Suno. I've been working with Suno for like a year, if you guys are familiar with Suno. Been working with them prior to like the Timbaland, outburst thing. And then I'm a alpha tester with OpenAI, so I've been heavily invested with them for a while. I think that's like the main, and then now I'm learning about different companies, reaching out to them, seeing a lot of collaborations that we can do. And so that's all on the for-profit side. So on the non-profit side, I'm Chief of Arts and Music for the Ludacris Foundation. And so within that, I created a program called Toons, because doing all this amazing wave of technology that's coming, the one thing that me and people like will.i.am talk about is like, we don't want our people to get lost in the distractions, right? And we want to make sure that the young people, it's going to start with the young people. Like I love everybody that's in here as adults, but like I care more about kids, right? Because they're the people that they don't have the biases yet. They don't have a lot of the different perspectives that block us sometimes from indulging in all that's to be, created and used. So yeah, we've done activations with Microsoft using AI, Suno, obviously, creating music, and we've done, I think 3 schools so far, and we've done about 12 workshops. So it's been really amazing. Do some stuff with like this organization, I forgot something about the girls, but it's like a bunch of young women coming to this conference every year in Atlanta. And we do demonstrations for them, just like trying to just empower our people, from the highest levels, using that leverage over here from these relationships that I built to empower as much as I can on the other end.
Appreciate that. So one of the things what is probably the hardest thing for people to grasp when it comes to showing their creativity into AI and with what you deal with on a consistent basis? that you hear? Because you're in rooms that a lot of people are definitely not in.
Yeah.
And so you hear things that people are really, really scared about, but you ain't gonna see it in public.
Yeah.
You know, it's behind the scenes. What's that conversation sounding like?
I think the most common rhetoric that like is disturbing for me is really the replace word. It just boggles me because it's like now you guys are just bouncing off of each other. It's like high school, right? And it's like, think for a second what replace means. Like in the creative space, right? If we're talking industrial, we're talking about data processing, all the other stuff. Yeah, replace is a scary word.
Right.
But when we're talking about the arts and creativity, replace, meaning like in my mind, when I hear replace, I'm thinking you can no longer do the old thing, right? It doesn't take away this new technology and people using it natively as opposed to, you know, just even like the hybrid conversation that's making everybody feel better. Right, it's an integration, but even I'm really, I try to be a superhero for the people that want to just dive full into prompt engineering for creativity. Because so to answer your question, like the rhetoric around you're not a real creative if you use these tools, right? That's like probably the most disturbing thing I hear because, and I fight against as loud as possible because I like to say those conversations are first world privilege conversations. I travel the world and like deal with kids in different spaces. And so, you know, to know that someone in a third world country can have connection to the internet and actually just create the world and monetize it or build or at least make a proof of concept.
Right, exactly.
Right, to be able to maneuver. It's hard for me not to see that. You know what I mean? So anytime I see all those conversations, it's like, yeah, we're just looking at it from, you know, a me perspective, but we're not looking at from how it actually helps the world and build. Because I believe that when you take the knowledge of practical appliance of your skill sets, right? Those people that have done that, and then you match them with the people that have no biases because they haven't,
Right.
and match those worlds together.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So that's always my like, here's the bad part of the conversation, here's the good part of the conversation, but here's like the resolution in the middle kind of thing.
I love that, coming with a solution mindset.
Oh, yeah, always.
I love that. Absolutely
Always.
love that. So you're a person that, you know, your journey, a lot of people don't know your journey into music.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then how, you know, we've talked many times about the education of what you're trying to do, incorporate the children, represent the old school music as well as the new school music, and of course the AI music that's coming out on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
How does one go from, like, how does a person that has an older catalog bring into the new way of AI and technology and make sure they monetize it? Like, just say you own the rights of music, and you just want to, you know, show that to the world, because they may not even, the people that are coming into AI now may not even know what happened 20 years ago in music.
Right.
And so how do you bring those catalogs into the future?
We talk about this a lot with acquisitions companies. So if you guys are familiar with like catalog acquisitions and all the stuff that's happening right now, a lot of the conversation around that is repurposing it for different opportunities, right? So when you have, all of us that create, we have catalog.
Right.
And so you taking your catalog and being able to just remix it very fast and easy
Right.
for an opportunity, right? Because opportunities are going to be coming faster and faster
Correct.
and go away faster and faster, right? How fast can you turn this around? Those turnaround times are going to be very fast.
Yep,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Lightning speed.
At least, especially in sync. You know what I mean? I deal a lot in sync, and it's just like a lot of that. So I think creatives in general can now take their old songs, repurpose them in new ways, get different perspectives, collaborate with different people. My dad, how I even got into AI was literally like my dad, or I was trying to do something with AI for Luda, saw something with Will.i.am. Will.i.am showed me Udio, and then I was just sitting at the crib. My dad, I'm living my dad's dream. Like, my dad's a guitar player from Ohio, like, you know,
Glad
plays
you're
in the
telling us.
church.
Tell that story.
Akron.
Yes.
Yeah, and so he's only recorded 3 songs in his life, right? He's just been like a, you know, gonna stay at home and take care of my kid dad, as opposed to going on the road and trying to chase that dream.
I love you.
And so, right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love my kids more type thing. And so,
What's up, family first?
so I grew up that kind of thing. And so when I had my son, he came to live with me, just kind of like, you can retire now, you good, just come chill, like play your guitar all day. And so he plays the guitar all day. So we were having a conversation about his songs that he's ever produced and stuff like that. And he was telling me a story about how one of his songs actually made it on the radio the night my mom went into labor with me. And so I was just like, I need to hear this song, because he went to the radio station instead of coming, to the whole thing. So it was just like, I need to hear this song, bro. Like, and so he plays me the song, and like he plays me the snippet from the radio when they play. He had it on tape and or cassette. And so I listened to the song, and I was like, it's actually kind of dope. I was like, grab your guitar, come down to the studio at the house. He played the verse, the chorus on the guitar, and he told me the title of the song. And so I uploaded that audio, put in like the style of music he likes, Philly soul, Motown, all that kind of stuff,
Nice.
in like 30 seconds.
And it just made it like on Suno, right?
This was Udio.
Udio.
I wasn't on the Suno at the time.
Okay.
Played it, and when I tell you, like, it was a very emotional experience for both of us.
Yeah.
Because I saw my dad turn into like the 15-year-old kid that
Yes.
picked up the guitar again. Like, because now he's like, so who can we get on this? Like, so, like, he's like ready to do it, because my dad be on Facebook now. He's like retired, so he's like trolling on social media now. So it's a whole thing. And so, he's just like, I want to just, he wants just something to be able to share with the world, because the world is way bigger for him than it was when he was chasing his dream, right? And so him being able to put out a body of work, or just even a single, and like people commenting on it and getting a live reaction from it would satisfy that dream of what he was trying to do. So I knew that was my introduction into it, right? So that's why I say now, with all this rhetoric, and this was like a year and a half ago. So with all the conversation, I can't unlive that moment, no matter what I hear around, you know what I mean? Because I know how transformative it is, in that space.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So that's an awesome story on how he, getting into AI based off of your father's dream.
Yeah.
Talking about a bonding
create
moment,
something for
just to
him.
be able to connect with your family on something with surrounding technology.
Yeah.
You're introducing your dad to something that he normally wouldn't be introduced to, or may even fear.
Oh yeah, no,
And-
trust
and
me,
then- and
he's
bridge that
like
gap.
not with it, but like it's a divided house.
They
You know what I mean?
pick and choose when it's
Yeah, I'm like, you're already using AI whether you know it or not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But
exactly.
he's
Something you do or not.
he's just one of those people that's just like conspiracy theorists and all that other stuff. So, but it gets into a point where my dad doesn't know how to record. He doesn't know how to use the studio. He doesn't. I have a $100,000 studio in the basement. He just doesn't. I got him like a little setup a couple times, and he just won't.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, it's too much. No, I know how to go on Facebook on my computer, and that's about it, boy. So so for him to be able to, for us to be able just to prompt together.
There you go.
That's all we did.
Right.
Like in reality, right? He recorded the guitar. I threw the audio in there, and then we just prompted. I was like, tell me what style you want, and
A master class in the basement. I love it.
there it goes.
So when did we get to see the concert?
Yeah.
virtual
No,
concert?
listen, we're working on a couple joints.
Oh, I know a company that might be able to help you out with that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So you work with Ludacris?
Yes, sir.
You know Dale Ramsey by any chance?
Dale.
Ramsey, Ramtrack Entertainment?
Dale sounds familiar, but not the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's awesome. So right now, if you were to release an album
Yeah.
or a virtual catalog for your dad,
Yeah.
how would you go about protecting his intellectual property and bringing that music into the world? Like a Cliff Note version of what that would look like.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays it's still the same.
Okay.
Registering. Well, we have pub admin, so
Okay.
we go to our pub admin, have them do all the copywriting and all that kind of stuff, like just making sure everything's good.
Right.
Upload it to DSPs and go that copyright route.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's simple. That hasn't changed yet. In regard to it, like once it's in the system, and you upload something in the system, it's already there. In the sense of like the the algorithm that everybody's talking about is trained off of, and
Right.
it's continuing training. It's like you're adding to the algorithm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you had mentioned earlier for the people that are just joining us about Prompt House.
Yeah.
And so, talk about that and tell us a little bit about what's your vision for that.
Yeah. So Prompt House came from me doing the stuff with the Ludacris Foundation with the kids, right? And seeing like this is a great space. This is the internet, right?
Yeah. Correct.
As I was doing the activations and working with these corporations, I realized I'm stuck. I'm gonna hit a ceiling eventually because I will be dependent on these companies wanting to activate with me and the Ludacris Foundation, which is not a hard sell, right?
Right.
But I look at ceilings before they come, just from my experiences. And so seeing that, I decided to create an entity. At first, it was just going to be creative, where it was just like, let me build an AI label or AI creators label. I didn't believe in the AI artist thing. It's still kind of weird to me. But the AI creator, I can get down with, because that's just somebody that's a human that's using this tool. So I put out a body of work. It's called Relationships. It's on all DSPs, all that good stuff. From prompting, once I started working with Suno and they kind of gave me some of the tools that I needed, like the back end tools that nobody else had, I was like, let me really master this relationship between a LLM, which I was using ChatGPT, and Suno.
Nice.
Let me master that as much as possible. So I spent about 2 weeks in DTP, like every day, like ignorantly not showering and like just like grinding it out, like, because Luda music is done. Like we were kind of already in that space where it was just like, the writer's strike happened, so Karma's World, our show, kind of got caught up in that mess, and it was just a great space of opportunity. And so wanting to create that thing and then making it to where I could create opportunities because it's AI and I have these relationships for the young people and not be stifled by anything somebody else doesn't want to do through me that the Ludacris Foundation brought. Because the Microsoft and all the other stuff, that was relationships Ludacris Foundation already had.
Right.
For me, because my program was Tech Toons, I wanted to go out and make the relationships abroad of all the things that are coming, right? I look at the money that's going to be printed, not the money that's already there, right?
There you go.
So, yeah, that's just my mindset. So, like, I did that, made the project, didn't really promote it to like the public. I sent it to all my industry friends that are like on the fence or whatever about AI, because I saw all the stuff that's happened in the last 3 months. I saw it all coming. So I was like, let me just at least become the authority to my friends about it, and then try to educate, because I'm an educator by nature. I love teaching people stuff. So it was like all the homies that are down with it, like Mike Will, like Needles, a couple other producers, they all, DJ Toon, like I was like, showing them this, and it was like, yo, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. You can make your own samples, and blah, 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 just being over excited about it. And so I sat with some of the homies. Yeah, like, it was, you can get crazy with it. And so I sat with some of my, like, I'll call them mentors, but they're my guys that are more in the equity and capital, or capital raising, and, and in that space, right? And so they were like, yeah, we love the project, it's great. If you really want to make money and like make a change, you got to figure out solutions. And I was just like, ooh, I'm paying for lunch, because you guys just made me $1 billion right there.
There you go. That's it.
I'm paying for lunch.
Systems and solutions.
Because it was like solutions. And so I just kind of spent like another week at the studio. The studio is my think tank. Like I'm the only person doing the AI stuff, because everybody was just kind of like, we don't know what's going on. And I was like, I'll be the person to figure it out.
There you go.
And yeah, I just kind of like thought about all the things that are going to be needed. And there's a guy named King Melonius who's a good friend of mine. He did BBL Drizzy. And he's like not even a music guy. He's in different spaces, but like he kind of gave me like the fuel I needed on perspective on what solutions look like in this space. And so I just matched my expertise I've been in this thing for like 20 years now. So being in the music industry for 20 years at all levels, like I'm from Sacramento, California. So I graduated in 05. Like there's no I had no connection to the industry. So I really built it from being a dreamer kid to being where I am now. So it was like all those things. It was like, how's this going to change, and theorizing, and then putting it together. And so here we have Prompt Haus. And so what it became was like I said, we build relationships. So we're more of a bridge company. So we build relationships with, like right now, we're working on something with a company called Voice Swap. And they're in the voice economy, right? So like I was saying, there's new things that are being built. I want to be a part of those things, right? And so the goal is to kind of segment to where Prompt Haus, we can bring in talent for these voices, because they're a European company, you know, they have cool voices, but nothing soulful, nothing that's gonna, you know, really, yeah, exactly. And so what makes them different from all the other companies, why I chose to go with them, is because they actually have a VST plugin, so it's not messing up your workflow. Because I'm a producer, I pay attention to these tools and how they're being built, and most of them are like developer to developer build, and instead of being like artist built, because being intuitive and having cool graphics and very ease of use is going to be very important when you're talking about entering into the creator economy, right? And so creators aren't developer minded, so having all these different tabs that do this and advanced controls and blah blah blah, too much.
Right.
I understand it because I'm a nerd like that. But when I go into my producer mind, I don't want to think that hard. I just want to, this feels good, this happens, right? So yeah, we just been activating around Atlanta, the Southeast. Did some things at Memphis for Lemoyne College. Got some things planned this year for Morehouse. As of now, those are the conversations I'm having just on the education space. So yeah, we're really like, we're trying to make money from like our product that we're starting to do pre-seed round for.
Okay.
It's called Prompt Genius, which is a companion to Suno, 11 Labs, Udio, all the different, you know, AI generators. Because of my position, I can make relationships with a lot of these companies. So I try to make sure that, you know, as these companies are popping up with AI generators, we, you know, have access to them, be able to use APIs and different things that we need to do to kind of help make this. And so right now we're trying to go enterprise with it just to start out, because, you know, as creators, everybody's going to create their own version of what I'm doing.
Correct.
But it's about serving the executives, right? Serving the executives is going to be a big part of quality control in this industry, because as people can now prompt, you don't have to play an instrument to create, you can create something.
Correct.
It's like, okay, at least give them tools that will allow it to be good, and not just like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, and, you know, it's being like, no, because they need to protect their check, turning in records that are AI and not good, you know what I mean? So my tool helps convert those things into, or transform those things into very basic language and briefs and all that good stuff, or good stuff.
I love that. So education is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
And so for all the wannabe creators now,
Yeah.
in music, and they some of them are turning their poems into music, as we've seen.
For sure.
Zanaya Monet and
Shout out
Nikki
to
Jones.
Zanaya, yep.
You know, $3 million contract because
For
she
sure.
believed in herself.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at it. I don't look at it any other way. She believed in herself enough, wrote the poems, put it in the Suno, and then someone said, "Hey, Hallwood Music was like, yo, $3 million. Here you go."
Mm-hmm.
So with a person that started, you know, graduated in 2005 and has worked your way up into the music game to where you are right now,
Yeah.
tapping into AI, you know, based off the story with you and your dad connecting on a level that some people will never experience that.
Right.
But what would you say for a person that's diving into AI right now, trying to understand how they can turn their creativity into monetization?
What would I say? Dream big and tell that dream to ChatGPT.
So it reawakens your dreams.
Not even so it reawakens your dream, so that it helps flush it out for you.
Okay, make it
So
more
that,
clear.
yeah, it gives you a better workflow.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the best way to start. You know what I mean? Like, everything I've built over the last year has been that.
Wow.
Me just saying, you know what? Here's all that I am.
Okay.
Right? Here's all I've accomplished. Here's my resume, right?
Right.
What are some great opportunities with this? Just starting there.
Okay.
What are some great opportunities with all that I am?
There you go. That's a great prompt right there.
Right.
That's a prompt. If people are paying attention online and in the room, that's a great prompt to start.
Yeah, and from there, it'll kick back some stuff to you to start getting the wheels turning, and then you just kind of follow that trail, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's how I realized, outside of the Ludacris thing, because prior to this Prompt House and the AI stuff that I've been doing,
right,
my whole life was helping build Ludacris and being a family man. I didn't have my thing here, right? And so once the show got canceled and he's, touring and doing all the stuff he's doing, and we're kind of like done recording all the music that was going to be released and getting that first half done,
right,
it was like, I need something. I got to figure my life out here, And so that's when I got back to teaching and doing all that kind of stuff. But once I did those things, right, I still, like I said, I look at the ceilings before they get there, before they get to me. And so it was like, how do I take, I'm not to ask that's actually, no, it's my son, actually.
There you go.
It's Fortnite time. So
that's what's up.
I was able to kind of just tell Chat, hey, this is what I've done with the Ludacris Foundation. On top of all the things I've done, here's my background from all the years of me working in Sacramento and LA and blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
That's how it was like, no, you need to be going and educating people and talking and putting together, facilitating different things and all that kind of stuff. And then my corporate mind kicked in and was just like, yeah, okay, we'll build things for it. You know what I mean? So that you're not a martyr. I want to make my money now. I want to be out here. I'm not trying to be out here just giving game and I'm making it in heaven. I feel like I'm gonna do that anyway. I'd rather do it, leaving something behind for people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So so that kind of is, that's where it's at.
So from the time that you started just dabbling into AI because of your dad and his music until now, walk me through the journey of how many hours you were putting in and now how much you're putting in.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's a great one. Back when I used to make curriculum and all that kind of stuff like that and just make things, right? Mm-hmm. Hours, days, weeks, finalized months, whatever.
Right.
Everything cut down tremendously from I would say the first curriculum I built with using AI, 30 minutes.
Wow.
And based off of a template
wow.
of what I had. I didn't upload the whole thing of what I did before. Yeah. I literally was like, here's the chapters of what I want. Here's, how I want it broken down. I wanted it to be broken down for a 7 to 14-year-old to be able to digest and take into account the new age science of attention spans and spit something out for me, and I was able to, move and use that. Music, same thing. It was more of I was going through something relationship-wise. I was able to kind of just journal that in voice note, and then throw that into ChatGPT, and was like, "Yo, I want to make an album for this whole situation that's going on." Me and my homegirl were actually going through kind of a similar thing, so I took both of our conversation, threw it in there, give me a track listing, and give me the name of a project, and so it gave me these titles, right? And so I was like, ooh, these titles is hard. And so I was like, okay, elaborate on this and elaborate on that. And I already had built
like your conversation about it taking away.
Yeah.
Like people saying it takes away from the creativity because I still have to explain to people.
Exactly.
Like some people, you're not even creative enough to put a good prompt into the system.
Yes.
You feel me? Like that's where the creativity really lies because on the back end, you still have to put in the work regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's an automated system you're building, but in order to build it, you have to put in the work, using cursor and stuff now that it builds it for you.
Yeah.
But you still have to,
you still have to input, it still needs input, right?
Like even with Suno, building the song and you just taking that song and going to find a new, posting your lyrics, finding a new way to sing your lyrics by hearing the Suno automated voices.
Yep.
And then taking it to the actual studio and using your real voice. It's still utilizing AI, but you still got to keep your creative spirit about it. It's the integration,
Yeah, no, I mean it's all about, that's a great point. A lot of what I try to do or work with tools that force the human interaction, right? Mm-hmm. Automating is great, and I definitely, like I said, I'm a champion for people that just can prompt, because just being able to do that and get a certain result is amazing and world changing. But for us first world problem people, it's like okay, cool. How do we just use this to make things more efficient?
Right.
Just to do the stuff we don't want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? If anybody in here has ever had a house cleaner or has an apartment and you don't have to take care of certain things, and then you eventually own a home and then you got to take care of all those things, you realize there's a lot of stuff that you really don't want to do.
Sure.
That are like non-negotiables. You know what I mean? And so I treat it the same way. I treat the AI aspect the same way, where it's like,
It's just a tool.
what can I use this to do that I just don't want to do? Not because I can't do it,
Right.
because I don't have fun in that part.
Right.
I want to do the parts that are like God-given, right? Not like I worked hard to learn these things because it's important. It's like, no, what do I like doing? What feels good? What feels like expression? And that helps me get it out way faster. I mean, I made that project, the project that's on iTunes and stuff like that now, I think I created it in 2.5 days.
Wow.
It's 10 songs.
So, with that being said, 30 minutes to 2.5 days. How long, if you would have did it the traditional way, without AI? How long would that have
bro,
taken?
at least a year, and I'm being lucky.
Because I want people to understand
Yeah,
that.
because it's different voices.
Clearance.
It's different voices on the song, so it's different singers. So if in making it physically, that getting all those different people to cut their vocals, then going back and forth on
There
their
you go.
vocals. If you're not in the studio with them, if you have a studio and you lock out and you know people coming to you consistently and everybody getting done, yeah, it's a lot faster than that.
Right.
But on some like the way we're emailing stuff back and forth, and you know, if you're a perfectionist, you're really like, I need to change this. Melodyning, if the mix isn't right, how do you like this mix? Oh, it could be turned up, all this other stuff. Then the post production, because I'm a producer, I like post production. You know what I mean? Like all those different factors, it's gonna take so much time and you know all that kind of stuff. And not saying that it's a bad thing if you enjoy that part of the process. I've been doing it so long,
accomplished it already.
I've already
So it's
accomplished
like,
it.
can I
The
automate it?
16-year-old me is perfectly fine with not doing it because we did it from 16 to 30, 34, and I'm like, I want to spend the next 34 years of my life not doing that stuff. You know what I mean? I know how to do it. I have an SSL console strip on my thing. Like I have a mic on my chest. How dedicated can I be? You know what I mean? So now it's like I don't need to. Me and Timberland talk about that a lot, where it's just like people don't get it. Like when you do it, like for real at a high level, you don't want to do a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Because you're not, when you learn, you're actually getting paid more for your taste than it is what your hands are doing. That's where the game changes.
Elaborate on that.
That's a bar.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So most people right now are complaining about it not being a process where you're tangibly touching instruments, right? Or physically programming,
It's a
right?
big deal right now.
Guess what? If your hands got cut off, God forbid, and your mind was perfectly staying still,
Yeah.
and you had musicians in the room or people to do those things that your hands could do before, would you not get the same result or better?
Yeah, true.
So it's up here.
Right.
So doing this, making beats like this all day, every day, and then and then as I became, as I started getting, I play a position. I'm an engineer. I'm a vocal producer. I'm a beat maker. I'm all these different facts. I played all the technical positions. So when it comes down to it, I realized it was like it's not about what I'm physically doing. It's how I'm thinking.
Right.
It's the information that I absorb that I'm drawing from to make this new copyright.
Right.
That's what it is. It's here, not here.
There you go.
So this is already like
Just make
Steve.
a question straight.
Yeah.
You said what would have taken you a year took you 2 days?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was it only took 2 days because I was using my taste and my A&R ear
Right.
to make sure that the generations were up to par all the way through.
There you
Because as I'm like song 1, right? Like song 1, I'm playing through, it generates 2 at a time in Suno. So I'm listening to the songs, I'm like, that ain't it. Or it'll get to the hook, and it was like, everything was good until it got to the hook. And then you did it. So I'm generating, listening. I'm using my taste level to find the perfect one all the way through.
Right.
I could go back and, be like, this one's like 85% there. Let me go and, no.
Modify a
The
little
goal is to get a prompt all the way through.
There you go.
Yeah.
and using that level of like, that's what Zennia Monet did. Like she explains it like a lot of people, it's your ears, your taste.
Correct.
So it's not always about what you can bang out,
Yeah.
right? It's about your taste level. So that's why I'm very hyped about what the future lies with AI music and creativity, because I know a lot of people with high taste levels that don't create music. So giving them the opportunity to express that style or taste or their influences through creating music, and then you mix that, if you want, you mix that with human creation and manipulation and all that kind of stuff like that. But it just opens up new worlds. And I got a call from one of my like big homies yesterday, because I'm like the authority in some circles. So he calls me, bro, I'm just catching up on all this AI stuff. He's just like, the way I see it, in my opinion, they either gonna shut it down or they're gonna create it and make it separate and everything like that. And I was like, the second one.
Yeah, the second one.
You know, there's too much money.
Exactly.
It's too much money.
Too much
With
money.
low overhead,
But they gonna
there's too much money. What are you talking about?
Right.
They're going to
Capitalism.
create all the same avenues, if not more,
Exactly.
to celebrate AI creators. Because guess what? We're not having to pay recording costs. We're not having to pay travel fees. We're not having
I
what?
told the producer.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just told the producer the other day, like he hit me up, offered me beats, and
Yeah.
I'm cool with this. So I was gonna record on his beats. I've known him for a while.
Yeah.
But then he was like, and just so you know, brother, I do want this. I'm like, you know what? Last year I paid you $350 for a beat. But this year I got Suno, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, genuinely, and no, like it's not even like I'm about to say it on my Instagram yesterday. Like people are really taxing for something.
Yeah.
Like you're a producer, you're taxing for beats.
Yeah.
But in reality, people are on Suno right now. You need to be
Yeah.
on Suno taking beat stems and up your beat game.
And not even that. I mean, you
know?
make a great point. So anytime we celebrate certain things, I try to always be overly objective to the climate. I have a word I use, AI empathy, right? I try to use AI empathy as much as possible, just so that we're always steering in the best direction for all of us, right? Because there is a negative in what you said, right? In the sense of the once upon a time, you had to buy that beat from him,
Right.
in order to get it done. If you don't make beats,
Right.
so the other side of the coin that most people are arguing is it takes away from that economy,
Right.
right? But there's new economies that can be created. Is always
Right.
my other argument. It's like, yes, let's be very clear and honest about everything. The music game has been diluted for the last 15 years. So like we're already there. What everybody's scared of is it's already happened, right?
Every day.
So we're fighting over retaining 0.00033 on the stream.
Wow.
And so the reality is like, no, let's focus on the things that will make us win, not focusing on the things that keep us losing, right?
There you go.
And so in your case, in your situation where it's like, yes, I agree that the producer now has to find a way to be more volume so that the price is manageable.
Right.
It's not, oh, because I did this, I put this value on it. Well, the value is not controlled by you, my boy. Like, you're not at that position. It's the climate.
Right.
So that's what, like I said, we destroyed that with $25 beats a long time ago on YouTube. So yeah, BeatStars, all that kind of stuff. So it's like you can't even play at that game if you got to work with the person. My biggest thing with independence is when I do music for independent people, I'm like, what's your budget? Because I'm a professional. I understand the climate.
Right.
I know me working with who I work with, what my worth is. But in this interaction, if I want to do it, what's it going to make sense for us to be able to do this, right? I'm not doing it for free,
Right.
but I'm willing to work within your thing if I want to do it. Because I understand that, yes, you can easily just go give that money to somebody else and have that experience with somebody else. But if I want to have this experience and make some money from it, I have to meet you where you are because you're the customer. That's just, that's business ethics. And a lot of people in the creative space don't have the business etiquette.
Got it.
So that's a natural nature. I went to school for business for a little bit at community college, so I learned like basics. So it's like, I understand, those things.
So educating yourself and being able to recreate the wheel in your field,
Yeah.
pretty much. And so I hear, man, I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm hoping that everybody's getting something out of this because the education alone and how to just go about thinking about a different vertical that you can create that is not out there and that be your niche and
Yeah.
master that and just dive into that and put in that work.
Well, the one thing that we're pushing right now with different people we're like partnering with, 1,000 people paying you $10 a month. That's something that I don't think enough of us realize that that's the world that you have no choice to be in if you want to make money or have a career or anything in the music industry
Building a
outside of
community.
working for a major company or smaller production companies that have budgets to pay you. If you're trying to build something as an independent artist or independent creative, you have to look at the micro of community.
Okay.
The power of community is what's
Agreed.
going to make you,
Absolutely agreed.
who here couldn't use an extra $10,000 a month from just being who you are or
There you go.
providing value in something that you feel passionate about.
Right.
And that's not a lot of people, right? It's really just the service aspect of it. I think the music industry is going into a opportunity where service-based people will make a lot of money. If you guys follow like EYL and Earn Your Leisure and all those guys, that's how they made their whole network.
Correct.
It was of service. And then they just were able to upsell their service.
InvestFest.
It's all service.
Right.
It's all this game, it's all this information, it's all this thing. And then because you're giving value, people are buying into it, and now they're doing the memberships. They're showing up to the conferences. And you just enhance that with the PR and, all the good stuff. Show all the good you're doing. Show people's results. And, there's a formula. This is a real formula.
Yes, there is.
But
There's definitely a business model.
for creatives, because creativity is so ego driven, right? You need your ego to build it.
Right.
That's a necessary evil, right? You can't get around that. But once you create it, it's no longer for you. And I think that's what people don't get enough is that this art isn't for you. This art's supposed to represent the person that's going to listen to it or attach to it. And then from there, you get enough of those people that attach to it, then you have a community, then you have a fan base and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, once you put it into the world, how does this art that I'm making help? And what's the story I'm going to tell
I love that.
to get people to draw in because they can't do what I do, or they can do what they're not doing, right? The only reason why we love athletes is because they do what most of us won't do. It's go to the gym every day,
discipline.
eat healthy,
That discipline.
practice, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we love them. Nothing more than that. Because I'm like a sports guy, so I always like this, why do people like this stuff so much? It's like, it's cool, but like, that's why. It's because you're doing something that, and there's more people, even where you guys are right now, where all of us are right now, there's more people that want to be where we are if we told our story, there's more people that would want to be in our shoes than people that are, people we want to be in their shoes. We have only a few people that we can probably look at and be like, I want to be there, I want to be there, I want to be that, right? But there's a lot of people that are like below you in the sense of like, they look at what you got going if you told your story about what you got going and be like, how did you get there, big bro?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what you got to do? Put me on game, big bro. So all these people that are successful from, edutainment, all they're doing is just telling their testimony and then giving you a solution that they found and giving it to the people that need it. They already used that equation to get them over the hump. So now they're like, we bottled the equation up and we package it up and selling it to you, selling it back. And that's the way of the world. It's not predatory, it's nothing. It's just,
It is what it is.
it is what it is. The game is to be sold, not to be told. But beautifully in this generation, we're giving the game first in our community. Because ever since the pandemic, there's been a renaissance of education that we never had before, of information, exposure, of things, you know what I'm saying? So one thing creatives aren't doing, taking advantage of, is renaissance.
Of every renaissance that we've had.
Wow.
I forgot what I was telling, but like every facet of our lives so far, just from like probably the last 10 years, like especially since the shutdown, it's been like a series of different things, like Forex being one of them. If you just what was it, NFTs at one point, and people were getting a lot of money off of it, but a lot of people were saying scam before they got the chance to
Right.
look into what it really was.
But both of those things are still bubbling too.
And they still bubbling.
Still
Because
bubbling. I work with the blockchain center,
Blockchain,
the Atlanta
like
blockchain center.
2.0, all that
That's the
good stuff.
family.
Yeah.
So like a lot of they educate me on all the things, but you know why it felt like it fell off is because it's not on Instagram.
And it's not, a lot of people are getting them.
It's not clickbait. Yeah, it's not
Right,
clickbait.
It's not clickbait. There you
It's
go.
not fear mongering. It's not none of that. But it's still happening. It's still cracking.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's still
People ain't, what you call it, $350 referral
right.
bonuses and all that stuff.
So now it's so that's why I say like to go back to the first question you were saying like I get real icky when people are like just negative words on all this stuff, all this technology. It's because you guys are just paying attention to what's happening in front of your face really fast.
Yeah, correct.
If you did the research, if you did the self-application, let's not even say research.
Self-application.
Self-application. Take 3 things in your daily life that you don't like doing or care about, and tell this thing to do it for you,
I like that.
and just see how you feel after that.
That's a great segue to what I was going to ask you. 'Cause I want to tell you, I was going to ask if you were to give the creator 3 things to do right now.
Oh,
What
yeah,
would they
for sure. First things first, I would tell it everything about myself. Tell my large language model, whatever company you go with, I would tell it everything about myself, everything I want my life to be, everything I've overcome as a human being, as much as possible. And then I would say, when I say tell what you want to be, tell it where you see yourself in the next 5 years. I don't want to. I'll try to make sure I stay like piece it together. In the next 5 years, this is where I want to be, given all the information. Tell me, is this possible? Not tell me what to do. Just tell me, is it possible first, right? Let's just get a realistic point of view.
Okay.
And they're in their best way, they're gonna try to hype you up and be like, yeah, you're this and yeah, you can be but
But it's not wrong.
it'll give you a different lens to look out of.
Okay.
That's the common thread. I've talked to everybody that kind of done those things
Right.
in different spaces of their lives, and the common thread is that it gives you a different lens to look at yourself through, because we all can't see how great our lives are. Like you can be like, oh, today I'm happy and gratitude and all this stuff, catch memes and all that other stuff. But like you really don't know how good you got it.
Yeah.
No, none of us do. You know what I'm saying?
Gratitude.
So for something to tell you from all those things, yeah, man, it'll do that. So there'll be 2 things. And the third thing is ask it to give you a schedule on how to accomplish the lowest hanging fruit
Okay.
of that thing, like of that version, right? This is the grand version.
Right.
Give me the outline for the lowest hanging fruit version of that, because sometimes dreams are too big for people's capacity of where their struggles in their lives are and all the other stuff. So it can tell you, yeah, you gotta do this and post this many times and do this with a marketing and blah blah blah. It's like, bruh, I got kids. You know what I'm saying? I got a job. Right. I got a wife. I got a family. That's cool. So, life can easily get in the way of those things, right?
Yeah,
and
true.
so if you're just saying, let me just accomplish the simple, easy things first, so that you get used to the interaction of like,
Okay.
I did this thing and I accomplished something from using this tool.
Right. Right.
And I think that opens a door.
Test it and then utilize the information it gives you and then actually do it.
Yeah, at the easiest level. Like, I
Right.
try not to make people be like, yeah, you got to dream so big and go for it and all the other stuff. Bro, that don't apply to everybody.
that's
That
true.
applies to a selected few.
Agreed.
What the majority got going? It's not, people sometimes aren't lazy. It's like they got life. You gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta figure out how to juggle all this stuff. So just do this. When you're making a change, you don't go in trying to lift the heaviest dumbbell in the damn gym, bruh. You go on there and figure out what is your capacity. And if you're at a 10 dumbbell, cool, bruh. That's where you started at. Like, yeah, just, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Lift
Scale up.
Exactly. Same thing with AI, I believe.
Yeah, I agree.
Just figure out what's going to be the easiest thing for you to achieve and the way that you can achieve it to make you feel good about it. It's about building up confidence. It's about building up understanding.
Building up
You know what I'm saying?
confidence.
Because once you build that confidence and understanding,
Yep.
then it's like, oh, okay, I got this going. Like, what? When I got my divorce, the first thing I did was like, I'm outside now. Give me the most player things I can say, dude. Blah, blah, blah. Tell me, boy, what?
Playing with it 'cause it's just-
What?
it's lit- it's
People
lit.
was like, boy, you lame. I said, no, I'm smart.
And it's
That's
like
funny.
the people that say that though, like my friends that say like, man, that AI stuff, X, Y, Z, this, it's like I know they haven't really like exercised it to really understand. Like you said, if you tell this thing all about yourself, and then you go and ask it or ask it what you should do to accomplish the person you tell it you want to be and stuff.
Yeah.
It literally like if you say I want to do this in 30 days, whether you say I want to do this goal in 30 days or 5 years, it's not like people say it's unrealistic, but it's just as unrealistic as them thinking they could do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this thing
It breaks it
tells
down for
can
you.
do it, and you still think it's unrealistic when it's breaking down what you can do if you get up every day and do it. You know?
Discipline.
It really exposes the thing that when I have conversations with different panelists and stuff like that, the common thread I realize for people that are opposed to it, the reality is that it's going to confront you with you
Reflection.
as an executor.
Yes.
Like it's going to put a mirror to you on execution
Yes.
because you have no excuses once you have the information.
Yes, that's right.
Once it has the information, and you can try to manipulate it any kind of way, but once it gives you the information and you don't execute on it,
Right. Yeah.
it's on you.
Right.
And a lot of people are scared that that's it.
Reflection.
That's a
Then.
thing.
They scared of
Because once you have the information, it's like having a big homie in your pocket. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what do I'm in this situation. I don't know how to do this. Blase, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Gives me the whole thing, at least enough for me to have a conversation with somebody that might be an expert. On the road, that happened to me on the road. Literally, I'm new to the live space. I've been with Ludo on the recording end. I just got him on the live sound part as a monitor engineer. Same world, but a little bit different.
Right.
Things are different places, all the other stuff. I was running into a problem. The guy back there that was supposed to be the tech didn't know. Chat.
I feel the points with chat.
This is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I can't get this. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. Gave me a step-by-step of what to do. Let me work. Took me 15 minutes. Problem solved. New information absorbed.
So let me ask you something because that's perfect about the confidence level.
Yeah.
Right now, if that was to happen again, you have no problem in pulling out chat and saying,
No,
say,
bro.
Yo, help me out.
Listen, I'm a person that I believe in common sense.
Okay.
I got a lot of it. I'm not an overthinker. I'm a cheat code person. I like to make life easy because there's a lot of things that just randomly pop up that are hard.
Okay, Mike Tyson.
So like, yeah, listen, anything I can make easier in life because, I'm a man of faith. So it's like, God's always going to throw things into the equation that you got to deal with that are unexplainable.
Right.
So the things that I can't explain, I'm going to make those easy, bro. Like, I'm just not trying to live a hard life for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this big age. You know what I'm saying? And so, but then going, also being objective, right?
Okay.
Right? Because there's good and bad in everything.
Exactly.
Being objective, I
How
work
to
in
use it.
education. So what I just said as an adult is a little bit different for a child learning things and using these tools, right? And so the thing I try to be solution based on that perspective is always, as you're being educated, education has to look different, in my opinion.
Okay.
Before it was work, gratification.
Okay.
This actually flips it. This whole AI, it's gratification first,
And then work.
then teach why,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Exactly.
On the content.
Because you can't be like I have a 4-year-old, so it's like if he has math problems, common sense, me being a person that's like, I wasn't the best in school, so it was like, bro, just put it in there and just get the answer. But then if there's something that once he gets like whatever AI tool we're using for that math or whatever is able to say, okay, now explain to him why it got that answer. Because, I'm saying starting at a young age to teach them to learn that in reverse, to reverse engineer is you're creating a whole new type of human being.
Yep.
So you don't want a kid just depending on it alone without actually understanding what's going on.
Right. I believe in not.
Saying.
I believe in not giving the kid a calculator before they can do basic math.
right.
I believe in that.
Right.
But this thing is so. This technology is
Yeah.
so advanced that once we get into the education system, if we're still looking at things the wrong way and not trying to, what I feel is the wrong way, then it's going to be very hard to really connect kids and advance them the way that I feel like they can be advanced. Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
So you
So,
started to touch on something I was sitting there connecting dots and thinking about this.
I love it.
Traditional education process might not be the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's our goal, we see the ship living, we want our kids to get on that boat,
Mm-hmm.
right, and be part of this. It doesn't feel like the way to teach this now is the same way that we think about learning things.
Yep,
Right?
nope.
It's same renaissance as when the ACOT MP3, MPC came out,
Mhm.
you know, so that kids can get their hands on it,
Yeah.
play with it
Yeah.
in the right ways, you know, so that they can, you know, create the next Jay Dilla, right?
Right.
And they teach each other and innovate. Like there's not a school for this.
Right.
So when we think about educating kids,
uh-huh.
it's about getting access to the tools.
Yep.
To use it, right?
Yep.
And we gotta think about it differently, right? It's a different education mindset.
Mhm.
And the one thing I've been pressing or waiting to be able to hear from you is educating about the business of it, right?
Mhm.
We're making the cans of soup, but we gotta get in the grocery store, or
Yeah.
we gotta build our own grocery store. Like,
Right.
There you go.
how do we get to the bag? Because no one wants to just use AI. We want to use AI to.
That's great. You actually touched on something I had a conversation about yesterday with a friend of the family. He's on the job hunt right now, right? And so I'm telling him, you know, just from studying, like this is my CNN, this is my sports, the AI space.
Right.
Right now, more than ever, in this first, I'll call it the first phase of the AI bubble, right? Or just a wave, because this is a wave, not a bubble. Whatever your skill sets are, you shouldn't be trying to advance in a company. You should be trying to create something that does your job for you so that you can run that department.
There you go. There you go.
Because what you've done is you've helped multiply. If you can figure out how to make this thing that is more efficient, that you being the person that either created it or like, you know, facilitates, has the human information,
Yep.
you now can create 5 of you and get paid more for it doing less work.
Talk
in my
about it.
opinion. And from
Talk
anything
about
that
it.
you are a specialist on, because there's companies right now in Silicon Valley that are creating solutions for everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you have the upper hand in any position, any job that you're in or any organization that you're in.
Right.
Is because if you can figure out how to do things just a lot easier, you're the
Yeah.
person that's going to do it, and you can train the people on how to man these things. So instead of when
Correct.
people say like replace certain jobs, yeah, it could be that this one thing, this one tool could replace you and 5 other people.
Right.
But if you harness it and say, hey,
Correct.
we're building it, this is how I see us utilizing to build our own product in it, right?
There you go.
Because it's right now we're only on the first wave, which is integration.
Yep.
We're not creating, or companies like major corporations aren't creating their own thing. If anything, they'll white label some stuff that's whatever, but they're not in that.
I'm loving
It's not
this.
that normal. Okay, we have internet, so now I'm going to create a cloud company. Right? We're not there yet.
Right.
We're just utilizing it right now.
Correct.
We're just integrating it to see how we can make things faster and better.
Correct. That's true. That is so true. You have reason why I'm cracking up over here, and everybody's over there probably like, why is Mouse laughing? Because that's exactly what we're doing at MMA. Is everything that you're talking about?
Yeah.
People can't see Cody, but Cody over there is cracking up like he is not talking about our business right now.
This is why I just stopped and interrupted and say, "Did you give him the script? What's going on?"
We'll be up 3 and 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning talking about systems and how they can be integrated, and also how you can be that niche among different business verticals and the business models that we can change just like that. So you're definitely, Keys, you're hitting on every point. So just keep on talking, bro.
No, I mean, the last thing I'll say that I think is important is that as you become this generation of people working in jobs that will get replaced or whatever they're saying, you're kind of the last person of opportunity to control the human interaction aspect of it. Meaning that you being the voice of reason, once you're the authority on that thing,
Right.
you say, we need 6 people to do this.
Correct. Exactly.
Because if not, if it gets replaced by a company coming in, they're just like, no, you just need the tool.
Right.
And you just do it.
Right.
But if you're the person that figured it out,
Correct.
you say, no, we need people.
Exactly.
You have that. And you guys are the last generation. We're all the last generation that cares about people.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
real talk.
We're going to have to teach to care about people.
Right.
But like, I mean, in the sense of like, I'm the last generation that had I'm a millennial. So like, we're the only generation that is really, really like half of our life was analog and the other half of our life is digital.
True.
So we have a certain empathy to analog things. We know we're on the phone too much. Every generation after that, after us, it's life.
Right.
It's normal.
It's what they were raised with.
We're like, we know how to disconnect. We know the importance of disconnecting and go touching grass.
Right.
They're like, why would I go touch grass, bro? Like, yeah. You know what I mean? So I say that to say like that's why I try to push the importance of creating inside of where you are now. Because you are the last space to be able to control as much as possible, hopefully as much as possible, how many humans are brought in, not saved, right? Because to me, this is not like a savior kind of thing. It's either people are with it or they're not. And I even as much AI empathy I have, I'm not really having too many conversations with people that don't get it, because this is like the writing's on the wall.
Right.
You make bad decisions in life if you can't see this. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't even want to like play those games. You know what I mean? Because it's, if we're talking about survival and you don't have to worry about it and you feel very comfortable, I will not step on how God makes you feel.
There you go.
You got to just do how you do. But I do want to talk to people that get it and want to learn and all the other stuff so that the perspectives are right.
I love that.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna say, I think one of the big elements you're kind of touching around too is, and I tell people that as a technology manager here, I'm like, you have to increase your exposure
Right.
to AI tools, because it is integral. We are in that integration period, and we are, believe it or not, it is going to be. I don't like saying like a way of life, like, things change in its essence. We work in a unique space to, what we say, bridge the digital divide, right?
Yeah.
That also includes our exposure to AI. And to tell you how fast it's changed, so this space you guys are sitting in was a train depot warehouse that we renovated. 5 years ago, we had no curriculum on teaching AI. It was just whispers. The beginning of this year, we talked about AI governance, and by the end of this year, we're having integrated trainings on AI applications for teaching kids and families digital literacy. So within 72 months, our mission and our goal of what our business is stays the same, but the infrastructure around it changed.
Yeah.
To the point of where, my brother is the CEO. He uses AI to do his outreach to different organizations and to talk about the content of what he does. And it works.
Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example. We put together a foundation task force to send out letters to different foundations. How do you think those letters got generated? And nobody got a Bob pen and this and that. He was like, hey, I'm looking for foundations, prompt this, that do what we do and the relation of that. And we sent out a letter and then checks sent back.
Yep.
And it was and it changed from
love
5
that.
years ago where they were writing letters, they're getting doors shut.
Right.
So it's here. Like,
Yeah.
It's, you need to make it part of, it needs to be like as much as a Swiss Army knife on you. Or,
I like that.
In some way.
can opener.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, I use all of my tools that have apps, that have iOS apps. use them every day. Like when I'm on the road, I still write songs on the road because I can easily just sing voice notes, get back to the hotel, open up Suno on my iPad, drop it in there. It'll take the lyrics. If I have lyrics, it'll do melodies, but at least I have fleshed out ideas so that when I come back to Atlanta, I'm actually in the studio cooking up. I'm not like trying to pull something out of thin air. I got great ideas that are like, they were just voice notes, but now they're full productions. I just got to reproduce them. And it's like, you know, my efficiency on placements and getting records has been like 10 times faster. My collaborations, sending them to other artists, you know, it's been 10 times faster. So now I'm working on the voice economy aspect to where I want to be able to help artists get things done more efficient, producers get things more efficient, because there's nothing more frustrating as a producer when there's like one change that I really want that I know will take this record out of the park, and it's like there's this opportunity I want to send this record to, but I got to get that part changed from this artist that I work with all the time, but they can't get in the studio right now, or I got and I got, you know what I'm saying? But if I can just go in and sing that part, swap it with their voice for a second,
Yeah.
Wow.
and it's tracked
Yeah.
on the usage, right? Because I always get into the ethical part, right? From a business standpoint.
Right, exactly.
So now this artist, you know, if we just say I sung the whole song because I can't sing, but then I swapped it to their voice and now we sold the record. There is some actual time stamping, some information about who, you know, when I used it, what parts I used it, what's attached to, all that other stuff to make sure the licensing aspect is right, so that that artist didn't actually have to be in the studio and they get a percentage of the record.
That's crazy. You know, and somebody's going to probably take me up on this, but I just made up an acronym based off of the points that you've made.
Fire.
And it's called TEAM.
Okay.
Think,
Yeah.
educate,
Yeah.
apply, and manage.
For sure. That's hard. Yeah. That's
Just
hard.
now, off
Yeah.
the cuff, just based
Yeah.
off of this interaction that we've had about what you've talked about the just changing your thought process of how you apply it and how you engage with it. This is completely awesome. I mean, guys, I hope that you guys have learned a lot from Keys, and he's giving you the keys to the future of AI and music, and hopefully you guys are utilizing it. What is something that you would want to leave with the online audience and the people in the room? If one takeaway that you haven't already dropped. You dropped a lot of gems
Well,
today.
I feel like everybody that's here gets it, so I don't have to
Okay.
give that
Okay, what about the online?
that breaking. No, I'm just talking about online. I'm talking about online. Because there's usually like a thing I give where if it's a skeptical room. But for the non-skeptics, I would say right now is the time to build your $1 or $1 billion idea. Like not in the goal of hitting the result of $1 billion, right? But just creating it, because the barrier to entry to create something so huge is so low. And so just starting an idea
Facts.
can get you on a journey that will take you probably to places that you didn't even realize you could probably go, because you have a proof of concept that you can explain and people can touch and feel. You know what I mean? Like, that is huge. Like, that is huge. Like, I promise you, I started this company less than a year ago. And like 2025 has been lit for me. I've been in rooms that I can't even believe. I got deals with companies I can't even believe, all because I was like, let me just tell this thing my wildest of where I want to go, or just about me, and help me see myself differently. You know, so I would say do that. You already passed the I don't know part. Right. Now that you know, like, just go in and do that, and then figure out how to make it as easy as possible. Cheat code your way through it.
Hey,
it's
I love
okay.
that.
They call me cheat code shawty. I love cheat codes.
Cheat code shot.
I love cheat codes, bruh. I love figuring out how to do something that's very hard, very easy. Because for me, it's not. I feel like for me, and what I try to impress on everybody is, let's relinquish the idea that something has to hurt you in order for it to feel good. Like, if we can get past that concept, Not saying that it doesn't work, but I think there's just an opportunity to create a new way of looking at life.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
That's
know.
awesome.
Yes, sir.
So, as a fellow millennial, one, do you also feel that we've grown up and seen so many other cultures profit off of Black brilliance and creativity?
For sure. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm, you know what I'm saying? That's why I move how I move, like, because it's so important. The reason why that happened before was lack of information
Yeah.
and access, right?
Correct.
So now those barriers are gone.
That's where I was going with this. Okay.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I go on rabbit hole. I the reason why I'm able to be an authority in this space is because I sacrificed going on the road with Luda for a while, and I didn't go on the Janet tour because I needed to figure out like my space, right, like my life. So I told him, he was like, "What are you gonna do?" I'm gonna get a job, and just figure out like what I'm gonna do. And so after that, I literally just buried myself in this thing, and when I realized you can build the world, and then I was like, I'm gonna teach it to kids first. 'Cause when I teach stuff, I learn it better, right?
There you go.
And
Symbiotic relationship.
And so from there, I knew it was like, oh, wait a minute, this is Ludacris Foundation. What? I'm about to get all the corporations. I'm hitting up everybody. I'm on LinkedIn going crazy. That's how I got the relationship with Suno. I just went on
There you go.
LinkedIn and just everybody that had Suno under their name, I hit them up, bro. I dug into everybody because
There you go.
I know the brand power I'm entitled to because of my position. So he gave me the go ahead to do whatever I want with it, because he knows my heart, he knows where I'm at with
Exactly.
it. So once he gave me that autonomy, I was like, okay, cool. And then from there, I just, really saw it as like, I'm just gonna put myself together because I know if I, at my level, don't expose how important and how easy it is to use these things. Because everybody else that I know at my level, they're using it for themselves. They're holding it, they like, ha ha ha, look at how I'm glowing up and all. I get it, to each his own. That's just not who I am as a person. My thing was like, I love kids, I love Black people, I love women, I love all the people that never had this stuff before. And I'm letting y'all know, I will fight everybody to say, use it, abuse it in a good way. There's no rules, there's no precedents, there's no
that's
law,
true.
there's no nothing
That is
right
true.
now. It's however you think it and live it, because there's no laws that say you can't do this.
Right. That is true. It's not regulated.
There's no regulation.
None whatsoever.
Go
You're
for
right.
it, bro. Go for it. Create the most craziest thing in the world, because you never know who might see it at the very bottom level and be like, "Yo, I'll give you 20 million for that right now," because they see the 200 million
Yep.
in it,
Yeah.
and you built the thing that they couldn't build.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Also, like,
Feel the
Yeah,
dreams.
yeah,
Feel the dreams.
I've been sitting there overthinking it a lot. So I'm just trying to say this, and you can validate it or correct it.
Yeah, yeah.
if it's right. But I was listening to what you said. Create the craziest thing you can right now, and I feel like that's the key,
Yeah,
right? I've been sitting here thinking of questions that's like step 5,
yeah,
like the relationships, the conversations, the business, the money, the biggest thing. You ain't made nothing yet.
mm-hmm,
You hadn't created a thing.
mm-hmm,
So until you create something,
Yeah.
that part of the game don't make sense. And the thing is, nobody can tell you what you should do now until you
Right.
have a thing that they can build their advice around. So
Yep.
if you're wondering, how do you get to the bag? What's the relationship with corporations? How do you build partnerships? It's still a meritocracy.
mm-hmm,
You have to show and prove. You have to make something. And if
Proof
you
of
make something
concept.
just like everybody else,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you just another can of corn.
Yep,
Right.
And you just don't have to fight for a place on the shelf in the grocery store. You still need permission.
yep,
You're gonna have to come up with that dilettante.
Yep.
You're gonna have to be polyphia.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to come up with some unique, creative thing. That's the only path forward. Is not a path now. So
Yeah.
you have to make something that the people with the game can really sink their teeth into to tell you, okay, based on what I'm seeing,
Yep.
this is what you need to do to talk relationships. You're not even there yet.
Mm-hmm.
So make something, get your hands on it, create a thing that's different, that's
Yep.
unique. We're back on organized noise now.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna make it sound different than anybody else?
Right.
You can't sound like nobody else.
yep,
If you don't do that, then nobody can help you with the money part.
Yep.
You made something.
it has to be tangible now. My converting time from literally being from the music industry into the tech space is when I made an album that was all AI prompt generated, and I had something to talk about.
There you go.
That changed everything. That was where the rubber met the road, and I was out of here.
There you go. I love that.
Build something.
So there you go. Build.
Yeah.
Thank you for this.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, for sure.
You have a question?
Thank Mouse. He put it together.
Yeah, well, come on on.
My girlfriend's over here knowing that I'm squirming and dying.
Uh-huh.
I have, and you know I've been.
I told you need to be here.
I need to be here.
Yeah.
I have, as you're talking about creating stuff and actually making something that's tangible, I
Yeah.
have 2 apps that I've developed. They're more platforms than they are anything else. One is a Black Business Directory marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
About 50 other things, and then the other one's for film and TV production management. So I would like to be able to talk to you after to show you what I have, because I'm part of my struggle is I like building the things more than I like trying to figure out the rest of it.
Right.
And just trying to get it out into the world and then getting people to see it and then like getting
The work.
Yeah,
Once it's past creativity,
Right.
that's when the work comes in.
exactly.
Yeah.
What's the name of the director?
It's called Your Great Book. So YOURGRENBOOK. And it's a PWA, so it's not in any of the app stores. You have to go to the site to actually be able to download it on your phone.
Fire.
Awesome.
Fire. Congratulations, bro.
There you go.
Listen, anybody building something, bro, I tip my hat off to you.
There you go.
You actualized it.
And exactly, and that's what we're doing with Marketing Mousetrap Agency. Our whole point is to design the systems so it can be input, process, output all day long. And you plug and play no matter what the industry is. It was like, hey, let's bop, done.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
No, that's what we need. Transformers, bro.
Yes.
Transformers.
Yep. Yes.
You're on the right path, my brother.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That's why we connect.
My dog.
And Keys and I met, 2 years ago?
Yeah, something like
So
that.
I have to say this out because he doesn't even know I'm going to shout him out. Darrell Booker,
Yeah.
Microsoft.
My dog.
We had an event. Me and Keys met, and we talked about Domino because
Yep.
you wore the Domino,
Yep.
and it
Yep.
was just divine connection. And 2 years later, here we are.
Yeah, black people in tech, man, the connections have been amazing. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Like a lot of us, I'm a nerd, like in the best
So am I.
possible positive way. You know what I mean? And
Nerds write lights.
Yeah, it's like,
nice
you know,
checks.
Listen, at some point, we all have to grow up.
Facts.
And, some of us make it, some of us don't. And life, I think it's being more acceptable in our culture now to, education is becoming sexy,
Yes.
Yes,
it is.
And that is a great thing because I
Yes,
have
it
a
is.
child in this earth. And
too.
I, looking at the world trying to be built around him.
Yep.
But
I have a teenager.
just
now,
that
officially.
Atlanta's the mecca, you know what I mean? And so for it to be a place where, because I travel outside of here and it's not as privileged for black people when it comes to tech and
True.
these conversations. So
That's very
sometimes I
true.
feel like an alien when I go talk into other spaces. But all of us here that are doing the work, bro, like I try to congratulate and just pat everybody on the back because we don't even understand the level of change we're making every day that we try.
True.
So
I like that.
yeah.
I like that. Well, there's one thing I will leave with people, and this is a saying that me and Cody have developed over time with Marketing Mousetrap Agency, and we say this very wholesomely and confidently. Own your data, own your
sure.
future.
Own that data.
Own your data, own your future.
That's the gold mine.
So, yes. So, definitely. So, Keys, I appreciate you coming out, Doc,
Wow.
and talking to the people.
sir.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, guys.
Thank y'all for listening, for sure. Thank y'all.
Thank you for coming out. And
Keys. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
K-U-I-S.
So Gerald Keys.
Yeah.
Gerald Key.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I thank all you guys for coming out because it makes the room better.
It was
Definitely.
It was definitely worth it, I tell you that.
I appreciate that, Mike. I appreciate that, Mike.
I think I got a lot more than if I would have stayed at home.
I'm glad that you didn't stay home.
Personal interaction,
And
Yeah.
just real quick,
Yeah, Cody.
just wanna
Yeah,
make
go
a
ahead,
little
Cody.
announcement real quick. So we actually are developing a platform on ourselves. It's called Trap Shopping.
Yep.
So I know that e-commerce and online live shopping is the wave. It's been the wave for a minute, but it's even going up now.
Yep.
So we built an entire platform where people will be able to come on, either upload a video with an advertisement of a product, or they'll be able to live shop where they can basically have their product to the right of the live. You
live
click, you
shop.
can buy it,
Yep.
and it's like that. But I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. And you guys can also get
Live
on the wait
shop.
list for this. And TRAP, and if you're wondering what is TRAP Shop, and TRAP stands for Tailored Retail Automation Platform. So you have your own store, and essentially it is password protected because we don't want people to steal it.
Right.
On your data, on your future.
Yep.
Right.
But yeah, so you'll be able to come on here, go live on here just like you would on YouTube or any other platform. You can already do that. And we're actually already live on marketingmousetrapagency.com, so it uses the same structure in our back end. And you can come here and check out the demo just to see essentially how this works. If I enable the live camera, it'll show my face right here. So let me do that real quick just to give you a little sample of what it looks like. So as you guys can see, it shows my face right here. It's a little laggy on the screen, but this is what it'll look like when you're going live. You'll have your products on the right. You'll be able to stop the stream, record the stream, save it for later. Any kind of like YouTube Live, if you're used to that, same kind of concept, but with products.
Right.
So we have this available. If you go to trapshopping.com/waitlist, you can sign up for our waitlist. And anybody on our waitlist, we're going to give priority to, so you'll be able to sign up an account.
There you go. Appreciate
Fire.
it, Cody.
Yep.
So we're not just, interviewing people. We're actually out here behind the scenes doing it. Because my background, a lot of people know been in marketing, been in large format printing, from billboards all the way down to swag. Had no idea that Mouse is doing other things in marketing and AI and technology. Just being the mouse, getting around, getting to the cheese. And not getting the cheese just for me, but getting the cheese for my community. So that's the whole thing. That's where Trap Shopping came back to, was how do we get, kind of like what you were talking about, lifing.
Yeah.
Understanding that people are lifing, but if people don't have resources, then they can't do life. They're trying to figure it out. So this is a way of trying to give back to the community, and it creates its own network, it creates its own ecosystem, and it's my way of us as a culture working with each other again.
Yep.
And that's really what it boils down to. So if I put $10,000 in your pocket every month, you're gonna be like, "Hey, Mouse, is there anything else that I can do for you?"
Yeah, no, fact.
And so for that stay-at-home mom or that stay-at-home dad or someone that just got laid off and trying to figure out, okay, how much door dashing, how much Ubering, how much, things I need to do. And then that's getting ready to be taken away with Waymo.
Yeah.
So, so everything that we have tested out on our backs now has been taken away from it. They're going to need a source, and Trap Shopping can definitely be that source for the community and the culture and the world. So, appreciate that.
That's fire.
Yes, sir.
Commerce and viewership at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah, from the ground up.
Yeah.
So definitely. So we still have the room, but before I cut off the platform and let you guys network, I want to bring up Marcus here from InspiredU for holding down the room, and I want him to to talk about InspiredU, because a lot of people don't even know that this building even exists and the things that they're doing here. So welcome Marcus to the stage.
Yeah, this is definitely fire, bro.
Appreciate you, Marcus.
Thanks so much.
Come on over this way so we can. Yeah, here you go. Yep.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Again, want to give you a welcome to our unique space of what we do. As you can tell, we teach families and adults how to use technology. Right. Hence, what I was speaking to earlier, we invested a significant amount into the space. This was actually an old train depot that we renovated. But our core principle of thing we do is we call it bridging the digital divide. What we do is provide digital literacy resources, aka training and technology to families and adults around the state of Georgia. We do it for free. We do that by way of converting e-waste or e-recycling. So if you're with a company and they went through a refresh, you got a brand new computer, you turn your old one. My job as part of InspiredU Technology Manager is I literally email or stop somebody in the hallway or do a phone call and say, wait, don't get rid of your technology. Donate it to InspiredU. So we take it through our refurbishment process, and in turn we turn old e-waste into new technology for family learning and education.
That's fire.
Thank you. Yeah,
That's
we've
super
been
fire.
open 5 years. Again, this is just a start. I guess we're at the end of the startup phase, but it still feels new to me. The space is new to me. But we serve close to, I think, 30,000 homes with digital literacy training.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and just in this room alone, from September 2024 to September 2025, 800 people have came through just this room. Majority of our work we do is off-site. It's we only hold 4 workshops a month here in the space, but our goal is to try to meet people where they are, and we bring the classroom with them. We give them an immersive experience with digital literacy training. We provide professionals. One of our members is here, Jason Jason Smith. He's one of our family trainers, and he's got a chance to speak to and connect with some of the families and see some of the work. We're just trying to build an ecosystem of resources and community groups here. So thank y'all again. Look us up, iuatl.org, InspiredU, and pop in anytime.
Fire.
And don't forget to hold your classes here too. So you got some type of training, you need to be in InspiredU.
I'm gonna need a tour.
Yes, yeah. So that's awesome. So guys, thanks again for coming out and network for a little bit longer and then go home.